What up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch back with your on-campus interview, and I am joined by these two very lovely ladies. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Loli, Jarrett.
And I'm Xeia, Schnieder.
What you guys here for?
We're both student foundation workers.
They're the people that hold this building together. The foundation of student workers. They really are the glue to this place. Let me start off with, what is your favorite part working here at the foundation?
I think my favorite part is getting to come in every day and say hi to everybody, and everybody's just so friendly, and we're all like one big team, and we all just work really well together.
I would say like the family feeling of it, because everybody just treats you as their own inside here, and you can be yourself and nobody judges you. It's also really fun because we laugh a lot.
So the foundation puts on like all the events. The foundation does HawkTalk. The foundation does all these fun things. What has been your favorite event that you guys have been at or been a part of?
I think tailgates are one of the best events because we get to see the whole community and the whole Blue Hawk family comes out, and it's just so much fun.
I'm usually cheering at that part, so I don't get to experience tailgates too much, but I would say Yule time, because it's just like, I mean, the setup is crazy and you put so much work into it.
Like
it's out. A week worth for a couple hours, but it's so worth it because it's so much fun. And I think that's when the community really gets to come together and just have fun together.
I would agree. I also love Give Day. Give Day was a lot of fun when I worked at the foundation.
Yes.
It's a long day, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is.
All right. What do each of you guys do? So the way that it works, like you work with a specific person and then you like have a role basically. So what are each of your guys' roles here?
So I work for Pam, and I do anything from organizing scholarships and endowments, writing thank you letters, or just whatever Pam needs done around the house.
I work for Kiera. She works a lot with social media, so I do a lot of editing. I'll do editing for videos or for graphics, stuff like that, and make sure that the social media posts get put out on time. So I do a lot with the computer. And then whenever I'm not doing that, I'm helping anybody else around here or cleaning up or just any planning activity stuff.
Right. It's just one big family. I mean, everyone works for each other basically. But how do you guys manage everything that you do? Both of you guys are athletes, cross country, track, cheer, both year-long seasons.
Yeah.
Plus you're working here, plus classes, plus you both have lives. How, like, explain to everyone how you do it, because it's honestly impressive.
The flexible schedule here helps a lot. So, I mean, you're not really required to come in at any certain time usually unless we have something going on. But yeah, just everyone just being so flexible, and you can really get in and just whenever you have time.
I agree with that. I would also say I have an Outlook calendar that I just use, and I literally plan my day-to-day, every single thing from morning to night. And it makes it a lot easier for me and helps me feel less stressed because I know exactly what to expect. And I can just look at it the night before. And also I lean on God a lot when I'm feeling stressed about these kinds of things, because sometimes I think a lot of things are more of a big deal than they are and they're not. So yeah.
One question that I have for you that I didn't include in your list.
Oh boy.
Who is your favorite person at the foundation? Because we always make Ty answer. I'm kidding. I'm not going to make you answer that. That's mean.
Depends on the day.
That's so mean. Yeah, it depends on the day. Depends on the mood, Kyle said.
Yeah.
Anyway, my last question to you is, what does DSU mean to you?
I think for me, DSU is about opportunity. Like, I've had so many amazing opportunities, not only like in athletics or academics, but like I've gotten to travel and meet so many cool people. So I would say opportunity for sure.
I would say like the community aspect of it is a really big thing for me. And I grew up here, so it's easy for me to say that. And also it's just, I would say like the opportunities thing too. I feel like it's really grown me as a person. And I feel like even if I went farther away and chose to take on a different path, I still wouldn't have learned as much as I learned here, just because the people support me in that way so much.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming on. Now we're going to head in studio with Xander Beeson.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to HawkTalk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. I'm joined by a very special guest. I'll have you introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Bailey Berg. I'm a junior here at DSU. I play softball. I'm usually catcher, third baseman on the team. I'm from Dickinson.
Awesome. I didn't know you were from Dickinson. The more you know. So I guess what brought you to DSU?
I stayed with DSU because, growing up, I saw a lot of the softball teams playing. I went to a lot of the games. Just the community support was really great, and Fleury seemed like a great coach to play underneath, so yeah.
What kind of just a little sidetrack question, what kind of impact does Coach Fleury have on like local softball? Like, I assume like people would come to play for Fleury.
Yeah.
I've seen Fleury coach. She's incredible. What was was she kind of that deciding factor to come to DSU?
A little bit, yeah. Coach Fleury's always been like, she's shown up at some of our games before and in high school, and she's always been supporting us, so it was just really easy to kind of see how the way she coached and want to play with that. Yeah.
Awesome. You guys just drove all the way to Iowa last weekend, went 2-2. Now you're right back going to Jamestown this weekend. What's kind of that, because how long was that bus ride to Dordt? 9 hours?
I think it was like,
10 hours?
9 hours.
How are you recovering from that and getting ready for these games this weekend?
Yeah, we actually jumped right back into practice afterwards. We got to go outside, which was really nice to get some live reps, and then we go to Jamestown this weekend. We're still working a few things out, kind of tinkering with lineups and things like that, but it's going to look good.
Yeah, and I'm assuming those are indoor games that you're playing in Jamestown?
Yes, so we're going to be in their dome.
I would hope so, because it is 6 degrees out right now. I can't imagine
dropped.
You guys are. Yeah, it was 50 degrees last week. Incredible. Speaking of last week, I think most people saw it. You guys beat Waldorf 25-1, which that's not a score you see too often. But then you guys also had to play like 2 hours later, prior after that game ended. So how do you go from such a high, like, hey, we just scored 25 runs, and then get back in the mindset to play another game right away?
I think our biggest thing, like, going into that game was keep our energy up, like don't drop to their level, play at our level, keep our standards high. And then same thing going into that next game, like we had time to regroup, warm up again, kind of just get into a new mindset, different game, different team.
And you guys were kind of you were talking about it before we started. You got your starters out of there pretty quick in the Waldorf game. So I bet that was kind of a huge advantage too, is that your top players weren't as fatigued as going into that second game. Yeah,
we got our younger girls in there. We're trying to rebuild a little bit, coming in with some, I think, 10 freshmen. So trying to figure out, get people into different positions, playing time, experiences.
And then coming up, you guys have another kind of similar experience in that, at least from what I understand and what I've heard in years past. You guys go to Arizona for spring break. You're playing 12 games. I've heard that the coaches kind of try to like just put new lineups out there, see what people are thinking. So what's kind of your mindset? You've done it before. You've gone to Arizona. What's the mindset going into that?
I think just Arizona is a good time to just get different people in different positions, see how who works well together, what flows best with people in different positions. Just mix it up, kind of just have some fun, get some good games in, get outside.
Yeah, get outside. 'Cause those are some of the first outdoor games you guys play.
Yeah, so those are the first ones we'll play, and then we'll come back and we'll play actually outside once conference starts. But
and then you're like kind of into that. The normal softball schedule, you're not playing a home game. Like you guys start right now in February, but you're not playing your first home games till like the end of March, beginning of April.
Yep.
But then you guys kind of go on a run. So what's the mental side of that? You don't actually get to play in front of your home fans for a good chunk of your season?
I mean, it's easy for me because I feel like a lot of our home fans do like stream the games, and like we'll still have their support, but I think it's a lot on the team then to kind of fill those gaps where maybe the home fans would be there.
Yeah.
Just fill those gaps and be there for the rest of the team.
And you guys do travel. The baseball team goes with you guys, correct?
They're going to Florida this year.
Also, but on a normal year.
On
I
a
guess,
normal year, they usually
so
go
you guys
with us.
did have some sort of support from that. But you're kind of moving on. I've asked every athlete we've had on this year, moving to the Frontier. I just looking at schedules roughly. It looks like you guys are playing a lot of it. We're still playing the same teams, but does it mean anything different knowing we're playing in the Frontier, a more competitive conference?
I think for us, we just are looking to keep our standards high and keep them like to a certain level and not like drop down or whatever like that looks like.
Does Flurry have you guys media trained? You're kind of killing this.
Not really, no.
Talking about standards and all this is great. Then speaking of conference, you guys are hosting, in our first year in the Frontier, hosting the conference tournament. What kind of advantage does that play into playing in the conference tournament, that it's all at our home turf?
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely a big advantage, especially because of the community support that we get. Like, this is our third year hosting conference, and I think the community's shown up every year, and we always have that support with them.
Those games are always pretty packed out. I'm assuming you have a lot of family that comes to those, being in your hometown. Is all your family here in Dickinson, or do you guys kind of
Nope,
spread
so just
out?
my parents, and then that's about it.
But last question, we ask this to everyone that comes on HawkTalk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU means a lot to me. It's a great school. I feel like kind of killing it with classes and whatnot. But I love the community support that we get. Like, when you come to DSU, you're not just representing the school. At this point, you're representing like the whole community and what it means to be a Blue Hawk.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, that's everything I have for you. Good luck this weekend. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
And we will see you guys next week.
My name is Cash Randle, and I'm your host for Minute with Molander. This is President Scott Molander. And President Molander, if you could add one building, right now, poof, it's built, what building would you add to DSU?
Really neat is I'd love to do something about daycare.
Daycare.
Yeah.
Okay.
For all the students that want to come back to school but can't for daycare problems, plus obviously staff and faculty and stuff like that. But
what's up, Blue Hawk fans? My name's Cheyenne Jacobs, back with another weekly recap, and it was another busy week in Blue Hawk athletics, so let's get into it. Men's and women's basketball went 0-2 on the weekend against Dakota State and Bellevue, concluding their seasons, so congratulations on another season in the books. Men's and women's track and field had an exciting week in Brookings, South Dakota, where both the men's and women's teams clinched the Indoor Frontier Conference titles. They send all national qualifying athletes to Florida next week to compete in indoor nationals, so good luck, Hawks. Men's wrestling competed in the Heart of America Athletic Conference Championships last weekend and are sending 4 wrestlers to the national tournament. Women's wrestling head to the Heart of America Athletic Conference Championships this weekend, so good luck, Hawks. Softball went 4-0 on the weekend, winning all of their games in Jamestown, with Hope Faith and Selena Wilharm earning Frontier Conference Players of the Week. Baseball is back in action this weekend as they head to Nebraska to take on Peru State College. Competitive cheer won their home duel against Carroll College, and they head to St. Ambrose University for their last regular season competition this weekend. We wish all of our Hawks good luck in their competition and activities this week, and as always, Hawks are up.